I try not to wear them all the time, but I have a habit of wearing them a lot.
She been my queen since we were 16. We want the same things, we dream the same dreams. Alright.
Hi guys, so today in my video I'm going to be going over my March favorites, or favorites of mine that I've been using from the beginning of this year. I just couldn't figure out what video to do. I've been in school, and so I have a lot of projects and a lot of papers, and my sister's like, you gotta get a video in, you gotta get it in this week. So I was like freaking out on what do I talk about? Do I talk about something about writing? Do I talk about books? And she was like, why don't you go over your favorite things that you have used the beginning of this year in March? And I thought, you know, that's actually a really great idea. And so this is gonna be my favorites video, or March favorites video for you guys. I'm gonna be going over things that I have used that really have helped me, or that I have loved to use, or I have really enjoyed, from books to candles to the foundation I'm using today. So I'm really excited to begin this video. So let's get started. Let's start with the candle, because those are the best. So for a Christmas present, I was given this candle by my Aunt Pammy, and it's called Champagne Toast by Bath & Body Works. It smells so good. When I first smelled it, I'm more of a clean smelling person. I love the smell of clean laundry, and any candles that have water or fresh or linen or cotton in that phrase, I normally love that smell. And this was, it's more of like a vanilla-y, sweet, kind of peachy, kind of pineapple-y smell. And I wasn't too keen on it when I first smelled it. And then I went through my candle collection recently and I saw this and I was like, why don't I just try it and light it and see how it smells? And it smells amazing lit. I never knew that I could love something that's very fruity, but it's clean and fruity at the same time, and I love it. So if they still have this a part of their collection, get it. It is so good. Champagne Toast by Bath & Body Works. I recommend this candle. I'm really enjoying using it. I'm trying to use it sparingly. As you can see, I'm almost half of it out. And I'm kind of disappointed because I really love this candle. So I need to go to Bath & Body Works and pick up another one. But I highly recommend this. If you're looking for a good candle that's fresh and smells unique, it's very unique smelling. I have not smelled a candle like this. I highly recommend this one. Next up is my foundation. I've been using the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. I have struggled with foundation for a while. I have acne, and I still struggle with acne, and the most foundations I pick up at the drugstore are very watery and thin, and I've been trying to find something that is able to cover up my acne on the face, where I don't have to be layering a lot of layers of foundation. And I kept finding that when I use the drugstore foundations, they would smear, wipe off. I would have to put tons of layers on one specific area if I broke out, and it just would not cover it the way that I really wanted it to. And so I went online and I searched for great foundations for people who struggle with acne, and Kat Von D popped up in the search. And I researched it, and I went into Sephora and picked this up. And I love the texture and consistency. It's thick, but it's not too thick, at least for me it isn't. I have color 44. I'm more of a neutral tone person. I don't have really too much of a pink undertone or a yellow undertone. I'm very equal and neutral in that manner. My sister says that's the right skin tone I am, because she's really better at makeup than I am. And so I tried this on my hand and I loved it. and when I got home and I used it on the areas that I specifically was breaking out, I used it all over my face. It applies evenly and it doesn't irritate my skin, and it covers up the areas of my face that I want to be covered up, and it works perfectly. And I'm wearing it right now. I normally mix two foundations. I use a regular drugstore one that is for just like the areas I don't have breakout or acne problems, and I don't need to cover that area very thickly with makeup, but I use these for the spots that I want to cover. And I really have been enjoying this, and this has been my lifesaver on a couple occasions where I know if I break out that this will cover it and I don't have to worry about reapplying it or having a bad makeup day. Kat Von D Tattoo Concealing Makeup is my girl, and I'm using this sparingly too, just like the candle, because it is expensive for it, but it's very worth it not to be stressed out every time when you break out and you're worried that your makeup's not going to cover the things that you need to cover when you break out. So I definitely recommend this foundation if you have acne trouble and you're looking for something to really conceal areas of your face. This is the perfect one for you, and it was for me, so hopefully it will work out for you as well. So while we're on makeup, I have found a blush that I have loved for a while. And normally I don't talk about blush with people. When I see people with blush, it's not like, oh, what blush are you wearing? Like, I never normally think about that. But this blush I absolutely love. It is by NARS, and it's so beautiful. I walked into Sephora one day and I was looking for a particular shade of blush, and NARS had the right color for me, and I had a gift card and I got it, and I have been addicted to it ever since. So the shade is called Orgasm. Yes, their names are very interesting. So it is like a kind of a peachy pink with gold in it, like a light pink peachy tone to it, and has gold specks in it, and it applies wonderfully on the skin. I love how NARS applies. Recently I just didn't want to use my NARS all the time. I wanted to try a different blush, and I tried it and I just was not happy on how it was applying to my skin. It was also a cheaper brand, and I just was not pleased. I was like, why am I using something I'm not gonna love at all? So I went back to NARS because I absolutely love it. So Orgasm is this color, and I also one day picked up Super Orgasm, which is the same color, but it is even more sparkly than the normal. And I do this on like special events. It is so sparkly and beautiful, and I absolutely love it. So I normally flip between these two. Whether if it's like a normal day, I'll use Orgasm. If I'm feeling special and I want to have sparkly cheeks, I'll use Super Orgasm because it is the best. So these two blushes I highly recommend if you want to try a different product or try a different blush, or you're just looking for one that works really well and applies really well and looks well, then I suggest these two are my favorites. Moving on, I have been looking for like unique, kind of quirky sunglasses. I love sunglasses, and I like having a variety of ones, so depending on your mood or what you want to pull out, I just wanted quirky, fun sunglasses that can go with different outfits, or have a selection in my car that I'm like, I'm feeling like this today, and I pull it out. So these sunglasses I got from Forever 21, and I just love them. They kind of have this like classic frame to them, but then it has the really fun orangey mirrored effect to it, and I love that. And they look really good on as well. Like if you're wearing a really cool outfit, these look really good on it. And I've been wearing them a lot, and they're very lightweight, so they don't bother my nose at all. And they were only $6. And so if you're looking for quirky sunglasses that are cheap and that you can get a variety, go to Forever 21 and look at their sunglasses. These have been my favorite. I've been wearing them a lot lately. I love how they look on me, and they're fun, and the mirrored effect is my favorite part of these. and I just love them. They're just fun, and I keep them in my car and I pull them out when I need to, and they're just perfect. So these are my favorite sunglasses for this month. I really love them. So I love shoes a lot, and every year I ask for Christmas and my birthday shoes that I've been really wanting, because shoes are expensive for me to buy. I have a larger foot size than normal, and so it's hard for me to find shoes in normal clothing shops, and so I have to order them online, and they're more expensive than regular shoes that you can buy. And so I saw these shoes in Nordstrom's rack. These are booties, and they're by Clark, and I love them. They may have this like leather kind of like suede texture to them. They're very soft, and I love the heel, and it comes up high enough where it hides your pants seam inside, so your pants can tuck in here, or if you want them they can come out. So they're very versatile, and I just love how they look on, and I've worn these a lot during the winter months, and even for spring I think you could still match these with your outfits. They're perfect, and they're super comfortable on. Like, I wouldn't say this with heels, because every girl seems to lie and says, oh, these shoes are comfortable, and they're wearing heels and halfway through the day they're hurting. I've worn these a lot and for long periods, and they do not hurt. They got good grips on the ends, bottom part of it, and they're just so cute. I've worn these a lot, and I love them so much. They go with almost any outfit. So if you're looking for good shoes, these are really actually well-made shoes. If you're looking for well-made, good shoes that are kind of boot style, look at Clark's. They have good things on their websites, and even check out Nordstrom's, because they carry Clark's on sale a lot of the time. And that's where I picked up these. These were on sale, and so I do highly suggest you going and looking at these if you're trying to find this type of shoe. Clark's is the way to go, all the way. So moving on to skin, this has been my new favorite. This has been my new favorite and my lifesaver for the past month, and it's called Just Natural Skincare Acne Face and Body Wash. This has been saving my life. I have struggled with back acne for a while, and it developed fairly later on in my life, and I couldn't figure out why. I've had face acne, but I could not figure out why I had back acne. And I went to the dermatologist, and I had a prescription given to me, and that did not help. She prescribed to me a certain body wash to use that had a certain chemical within it at Target that you can pick up, and we've been using that body wash, and it has not helped at all. And I recently found it drying out my skin more than anything, which would irritate it more, and then it would break out more. And it's just so frustrating for me, because I was feeling insecure wearing a bathing suit going outside, or anything that really showed too much shoulder or too much back, because I mean there's acne spots, and I don't want people to see that, because I wouldn't want to see that. So I've been trying to find ways to fix it. Is it internal, whether I need to change my diet, whether it's, you know, external, where it's something I need to use a different body wash. So this kept popping up on my Pinterest. I am on Pinterest a lot, and this was recommended on my board as a pin that kept popping up. And I wasn't interested in it because the ad didn't look legit. It would say, look at this skin, this is how it changed from this if you use this body wash. And the skin they were showing, you knew that the girl never had acne in her life. And why were they using that picture? I don't know. And so I just kept ignoring it. And then finally it just kept popping up, and I was like, okay, I'll take a look into it. So I checked out their website, and everything in this body wash is natural. It has natural oils and ingredients within it. And I was looking at the comments, and people were saying that it was working for them, and it made their skin feel good. And you could also buy this on Amazon from their Amazon store, and I was checking out the comments on there as well, and everything was majorly positive. And even though there was a few comments saying like it didn't really work, or my skin didn't like it, I figured that I would try it because it is all natural and the ingredients are all natural, and most of the oils help fight bacteria on the skin or manage bacteria on the skin. So that's what I was interested in, and I figured it wasn't that expensive. Why don't I try it and see what happens? So I've been using it a month very regularly, and it has done amazing things for me. It might not be best for everyone because everyone's skin is different, but mine really took a liking to it. It has less breakouts, and it's been managing my skin's oil as well. And when I came out of the shower, my skin didn't feel dry after I used it. It felt really moisturized, and it just felt good. And the more and more I use it, the more and more it's cleaning up the acne on my skin and the dirt on my skin, and the oils seem to be managing the bacteria that's used within this body wash. So I definitely, if you battle with acne or skin acne, check out their website. It's justnaturalskincare.com, I believe, or you could type it in Google, it will pop up. And plus I will leave a link in the description for it as well. They have different treatments as well. I just decided the body wash would be best for me, and it has really worked. So if you battle with this, if you battle with acne and you're looking for more of an all-natural treatment, or just want to try it and see what happens, I highly recommend this. I've really liked it. It has been my lifesaver, and I feel like now I'm finally managing this issue, and I'm feeling more confident about being in my skin and not trying to hide it as often as I used to. So take a look at this. I like the bottle, I like the packaging, it's very easy. It just feels good on my skin, and that's all I can say, and it's been helping clearing up my issues. So Just Natural Skincare, check it out. I think this will help you if you're battling with acne. So next, moving on to my phone case, I have an iPhone 6s with a rose copper background, and I got my case at Casify. I think that's what you call it. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Casetify. I think it's Casetify. Sorry, scratch that. My phone case is from Casetify. I believe that's what it's called. It is Casetify. I'll also put a link in the description to this phone case and the company. So they have so much fun backgrounds for your phone, and I love the clear casing. They also have different sides. You can get it in black, blue, and in clear. They used to have pink, but I think they took that off their website for right now. But they have really cool phone cases and really cool backgrounds that there's so much to choose from that I was having a really hard time picking what phone case I wanted for my new iPhone. But what really got me was the quote on this case. It said, "Never let your fear decide your future." And I really liked that statement, and I just loved how the border had this beautiful flowers on it, and it's clear and you can see the iPhone logo, and it helps protect your iPhone. They show a video of people dropping it, and the case actually does protect your phone. So that's really what I was looking for, and there's so many options that you could choose on their website. Honestly, there's a huge selection, and you can even they'll print your own. So if you like a certain pattern, or if you have a picture that you want on a case, they provide that for you. I know they also have computer cases, other casing devices. So go check out their website, and if you're interested in this phone case or something that's like this that you really want, I will put a link down in the description. But I just really like the simplicity of it. I liked the pattern, I liked the quotes. They have different quotes on there. The other one I was really deciding on whether or not to get it, had blue roses on it, and it said "Be kind," and I like that quote from Cinderella in the film, so I was like, which one do I want to pick? But I ended up with this one because I just love the quote about fear and not letting it control you, and it's a great reminder for me every day not to let fear decide my future and to walk in with confidence in what I know God has for me and my abilities on what I know that I can take hold of my day and I have control and I should not walk in fear. So I really like this quote, and I love the background on it and the pattern, and so I highly recommend this phone case if you're interested in it. So my last two items have to be about books, because I am a writer and I do read a lot of books, especially for school. So I have been taking a Jane Austen course which just studies Jane Austen literature, and she is my favorite author, but the problem with that is that I have never read any of her books. I've only seen movies that haven't been adapted from her books, and so therefore I claim she's my favorite author, even though I have not read any of her literature. So when the Jane Austen class came around and was offered at my school, I took it, and I have been loving it so far. I love reading her work, and recently we have read Pride and Prejudice, and that has so far been my favorite book of hers. So this book I recommend. It is a classic, of course. If you have not read it, I highly recommend Pride and Prejudice. Her characters are just so well developed, and the plot is constantly moving. There's constantly twisted turns in it, and there's areas where it looks like nothing's gonna be coming good for these characters, but everything does work out in the end. Thankfully, Jane Austen has provided us a really good ending for this book. So I recommend Pride and Prejudice as my book for this month. I've so enjoyed it. I'm kind of sad that we're done and we're moving on to Mansfield Park, but Pride and Prejudice is the best, and definitely read it if you have time, or you're on spring break, or for summer if you have free time. Pride and Prejudice. Good classic, good to have under your belt as books that you have covered, and I'm glad I have read it, and it has been my really favorite out of everything of hers so far. And then I have read this book twice so far, so I figured why not add it into my favorites. C.S. Lewis is my favorite author of all time, and I love his book Mere Christianity. And even if you're not a Christian, it still has really good things to think about, lessons about morality, and he talks about gluttony and what is purity, and just different aspects that I have never even considered before, and he discusses it. And he makes you think, and I love his writing, and I love Mere Christianity, and it really describes things in ways I have never thought about before. And normally I don't highlight my books. I like to keep them very pristine and in good condition, but as you can see, there is some staining along right here, and I have highlighted areas that I thought were really good and to go back over and reread. So I do recommend Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis if you have free time, again, during spring break or summer, or if you're looking for a really good book that makes you consider hard life questions and decisions, and why do we think like that, and why do we believe in that. Mere Christianity is a very good book to read. I think I just covered everything. I always get worried that I'm leaving something out, and then I'm gonna have these videos and I'm gonna be like, oh, I forgot that one thing. But I think I covered everything for you guys. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to me and my sister's channel, or like the video. And if you have any questions about these products or things I have suggested, please leave a comment at the bottom, and I'll try to comment back to you as soon as possible. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye! You said you're such a cliche. Oh my God, it's insane anyway.